Hello, happy Tuesday. Melanie here with Christian Craft Paper, and we are diving into another fun Christmas project. We're going to be playing with some rub-on transfers today, as well as some of my Hobby Lobby finds. So I'm going to show you what I've got here, and I might be grabbing a few other things as well, but this one should be super easy. I've been looking for a way to use these, and in particular these. They're pretty thick MDF ornaments, star ornaments that I got at Hobby Lobby, which they're $2.49 for a 4-pack. And then, of course, with their sale, it's like either 40 or 50% off. I haven't even been in a minute, so I don't know what sale that they're running right now. But that's where I scored these. And what I loved about them is they already have like a farmhouse kind of print on them. Like it looks like wood already on top of them. So I'm like, these will be the perfect base for the rub-on transfers without having to do a whole lot. And so they've been sitting in my little bucket. Hey, Christine. And I have been figuring out how we can use them. And today's the day. I've also grabbed, you guys know I'm a huge fan of their beads. I grabbed the bigger beads. So this is $4.99 for 70 beads. But again, it's like half off or something. They're already painted. Now these are the, what is it, like the 20 millimeter, they're the larger ones. I do have the smaller ones. I'm going to see what it ends up looking like. I thought because the stars were so large, the bigger ones would probably be the better way to go. But I do already have some that I cut off the strings, just if you want it for just an idea, if you're not sure the different sizes. Hey, Monica. These ones are like the smaller beads that come on the string. So I don't think I have green. I think I just have red, white, and black. So that would be the other size. If these ones end up being too big, we can switch to those. I think the big ones will be okay. And then I've just grabbed a couple little picks that I have. These are leftover. Someone asked where I got them. They're leftover from my shipment that we got for the actual kits that went out last month. But I do have, I'm just going to my stash here. All right, I don't think I have anything in there. We might could use some bows. But I still have a bunch of these, which could work as well. So we'll leave. That's making like the worst scratchy sound. I don't know why. We'll leave those over there. And I did want to grab some ribbon. Let me grab that real quick. I have some behind me, but I also have this bag. I wanted a red, and I don't even know if I have a red. Might have to use a natural. All right, we'll keep that close. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hi, Nona. So happy you could join us. Miss Susan tuning in. So yeah, basically it's just odds and ends day. Think of today like, you know, when you need to cook dinner, but you've got leftovers. It's leftovers Tuesday. That's what we're doing. I'm breaking through the stash, trying to use some of the stuff that I have purchased that I haven't used yet, and then we're gonna combine it with the transfers, because even though the ornament transfers are shaped for our ornaments, I feel like there's so many other ways that we can use them. And that's what I'm here today, just to give you a little inspiration. Okay, so just so you know how these come, this is the first time I opened these as well. So the back is like, they just kind of stapled the little hanger on there. And then this is the front. So the back is unfinished. When you buy the package, you can't really tell because they've used the front side on both. So I wasn't aware that the back was unfinished, but that's fine. So this is basically what we have. So it's got string and everything, and it's ready to go. And maybe the smaller ones are the way to go. I feel like the smaller ones are the way to go. Okay, big beads we're going to have to use for another day. We'll put those aside. We'll use the smaller ones. It was hard to tell when it was still in the package. So how many of you have Hobby Lobby sale stashes that you have sitting around that you have not used yet? I need to go check out what they still have because shopping, right? Let me just grab some of these. And then let me see if I have a green. Oh, that's cute. My husband is busy getting stuff ready. If you haven't seen Black Friday Revival, we have just started letting everyone know. This bead is like wonky. I think we're going to throw that away. It looks like a withered raisin. Hey, Patricia. She's cold. Hey, Gail. Lauren. Welcome, welcome. Well, hey, Miss Peyton. Special shout out to Peyton. I've always loved that name. I only had one girl. If I had another, it might have been a Peyton. I think I read a book that had that name in it, and I've always loved it. All right, we've got some beads out there. Oh, wait, I need more white. All right, I'm just having to pick them out. I feel like I'm picking beans out of this little bucket right here. Okay, so we are going to do one of these. Well, we're going to do all 4 of these because this is going to be so easy. All right. So the first thing that we're going to want to do, these are already a clean, dry surface. So we just want to make sure that there's no dust or anything on it, but they're already painted and prepped and primed. So right away, I was like, these wreaths would just be cute. Obviously, we want to make sure we get it straight up. Just to go ahead and put right on the star because they actually fit in this very center part. However, once I do the little pick thing, I might lose some of the wording depending on how I do it. I think I can get away with this one. I think I'm going to go with this one right here. So I'll do it kind of at an angle, but these are going to be so easy. Famous last words, right? I'm going to say that and then I'm going to have some hiccups. Hey, Denise. Hey, Miss Sunshine. All right, so with the rub-on transfers, if you haven't used them before, you just simply rough cut out what it is that you're going to use because anywhere where there's not a print, you're not going to see anything. So we don't need to cut exactly around it. We just kind of need to get the general idea. And then I'm going to use my mat. I'll scooch over here so you can see to make sure that we've got the ornament facing the right direction. Since these already have the hook on it or the little string on it, we have to pay attention to make sure that that's on the top before we put it on there. So I just peel off the back protective layer. Don't touch anywhere where the design is because that's going to be all the sticky parts. And then you're just going to want to get it lined up as best as possible. That's why it kind of helps if you have the mat. And then, like I mentioned, these ones are fitting like right in. There's like the tiniest part hanging over there, but they're fitting right on the center of the ornament. Let me turn on my glue gun while I'm chattering. So we're just going to rub and then we will start pulling once we know it's ready to release. So we want to give it some good rubs. I have had just random comments on some of the ads saying people are struggling. If you're struggling, one, make sure that you're using a strong tool. That's why we do recommend the transfer tool if you don't have it, because it does come with the cardboard tool, but it's not always easy to get the letters off with that, or especially any of these that have small detail. So you can see I can just go in here and get all these little details pushed in. So if you don't have this, then I would try using something maybe like a popsicle stick. If you're still having issues, you can hit it with your heat gun, and sometimes that releases it. I do know that in areas that are a little bit more humid, sometimes people struggle a little bit more because you are dealing with a type of a glue or adhesion. We're pretty dry here, so for the most part, it doesn't give me any issues. And then we just need to make sure that, especially when it comes to these little tiny details, that we're going over them and not peeling it off faster than it's ready. If it's fighting you, then it is not ready. So just push it back down or let it go back down and then work it again. On this particular design, and just paying close attention to all the letters as well as all these little black sparkles in here, especially any I's or T's. You're going to want to make sure you don't lose the little dot. And if one direction is giving you an issue, just flip it around and come at it from another direction. But that one was pretty seamless. So we just have the tiniest little spot right there. And that is where we can take our sanding block and just give it a couple little zhoosh zhoosh and it's off. Okay, that by itself is super cute. Hi Shirley. Hey Denise. Monica says she needs to order more transfer ornament sheets. I received a message someone wanted 30 more ornaments. Oh my gosh, Monica, I love that for you. Girl, get them now. My husband was doing the count and these ones, we thought we were going to make it till Black Friday. I don't think we will. He says we have about 2 weeks if we're lucky, and then these ones are going to be sold out. The ornament ones are. So if you saw one or if you have ones that you like, snag them now because I thought we were going to be fine too, but he's like doing the math daily and it's not looking good. So don't wait on those if you need them, especially for orders. Nona says, it's so cute as it is. It is. I know. We could totally leave it as it is. All right. I'm just cutting the little stem off of this. I don't feel it needs to be that long. Also, I don't want to like poke anybody. So my thought was kind of like push it over this way. But then also, I didn't think about this, about putting the ribbon. I was going to do ribbon kind of across it, which I might have to do another one. Because if we put the ribbon across this one, I'm going to probably lose that. What did I do with my ribbon? I'm going to lose that wording at the bottom. But let's just see what we got. Yeah, I might lose that. I think I'm going to just... I'm just going to leave it. I might add a little bow. We'll see what. Oh, maybe that's it. All right. I think we're going to go with that. All right, so we're just going to kind of anchor it over here a little bit enough off to the left that it's not going to cover our wording too much, but it is going to cover this portion of the star. So we will give ourselves a generous amount of hot glue here. And go ahead and push that down. Anywho, so I was talking about the Black Friday revival. So I have been just kind of reminiscing about the good old days of Black Friday, because I remember, especially when I think the last one that I actually had, I was pregnant with my son and it was Home Depot. I went with my girlfriend and they had this giant snowman. And I think we had to actually get rid of it a couple years ago because it had got rained on one year and then put it away and then it got moldy and we're like anti-mold. So I don't have it anymore, but it was giant. Like I think the thing was like 12 or 15 feet inflatable snowman. And it was like $19.99 or like, I think it was like $25, $24.99. And I was pregnant and it was cold. I remember we had to get up at 4 in the morning, but I was like, dang it, I'm going to get one of these snowmen. And I stood outside and I remember I had to pee so bad because I was pregnant and it was cold and I couldn't drink coffee or anything at the time. And I think they gave us hot chocolate. I don't even remember, but I stood in line with my girlfriend. And then we finally get in there and, you know, I'm running one way. She needs a bear and poinsettias and I need a snowman. But we're like, also, if I see what you need, like grab it. And it was like this whole thing. And then we would go to Starbucks after that. And then we would go to Pier 1 after that to get in that line because they opened later. And then you got like a free bag. It was a whole thing. Like we planned it. It was so fun. And I looked forward to it. And that was the last one that I had. So cute. How easy is this? We'll do another one. And I've just been seeing other people talk about, oh, I remember how it used to be. And so we usually do our Black Friday we used to do it different. We have done it different because we're not that old. So we've had a few different ways or times to try. I think I'm going to use this one next, and I'm going to try and do the ribbon on this one. So I'm going to use these candles, and I'm going to do some ribbon with it. Anywho, so I was just sitting with God, and I was like, God, I don't want to do Black Friday the same way we've been doing it. It just feels yucky, and I don't like it. And I was just talking to him about how I remember how it used to be, and, you know, just having a conversation with him. And he was basically like, why don't you just do it that way? And I was like, well, I guess we could. I mean, I'm in charge, right? So then I just started thinking about what that could look like how we could do it. And I also used to work retail years ago when my older ones were younger. I worked for Shopko, and I don't even know if they have Shopko. It's kind of back east. Their headquarters are in Wisconsin. I don't know if they're still around, but it was my first retail Christmas there, and I will never forget. We had to get there at like 3 a.m. And when we got there, this was way before my last memory of the Black Friday. When I got there, I kid you not, there were a line of at least 100 people that had camped out overnight. And I couldn't even tell you what the specials were. And I know we were giving away like this little Snoopy, like the Snoopy Christmas ornaments. And I think like the first so many people got those. And then we probably had, I don't know, like some pots and pans on sale, maybe a microwave. Couldn't even tell you. And so loss prevention is telling me, like, after I have to get through all these people, get in, you know, you have to go in the back door, and it's crazy. We let everyone in through one door. And I remember him telling me, well, you're the newbie, you have to unlock the door. And I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? So they pulled a chair over to the side of where the double doors were. And loss prevention helped me. I had to stand on the chair to like unlock the door because you can't stand in front of it. And then he was on the other side, and then we had to do it. And as soon as we unlocked those doors, like the crowd just like pushed through. Some lady, I'll never forget, had her kid with her. I don't know why. The kid's arm gets stuck in the door, and the crowd just keeps going. And that lady left her kid. Thank the Lord, her arm did not break, but obviously it was pretty painful. It was chaos. People were fighting. It was a whole thing. So we're not bringing back that part, not the fighting or the pushing or anything like that. But we're going to do the whole thing online. So think old school Black Friday. We're going to have doorbusters. We're going to have free gifts for the first. We're still landing on what that number is. And I'm super excited about those. We just got them. I just ordered the packaging for them before I got on this live. And Christine, I know you were asking about whether we were going to do different deals every hour. I was not going to, but actually we're going to do that. So we're going to give more sneak peeks as it gets closer, but just so everyone knows, members get first access. So even though the Black Friday revival starts at 7 a.m., members, you'll get access at 6 a.m. Anyone that signs up for the first access list, that link is up here, you will get access at 6:30 a.m. So you'll get 30 minutes after the members and 30 minutes before everyone else. And then at 7 a.m., doors open to everybody. So we will have different deals. So from 6, because that's when the members get access, to 8 a.m. will be a set of deals. Then 8 to 9, we'll have a different set of deals. And then 9 to 10, we'll have a different set of deals. 10 to 11, different set of deals. And then 11 to 12, different set of deals. These are going to be like crazy prices. So I'm trying to figure out, what I've been working on is how to make everything work on the back end. So it's Pacific time, Deborah. Angelia says, yeah. Girl, that's the hiccup for me. Like, the deals are not a big deal. Like, that stuff we can just set up in the store. The hiccup for me is, one, I need to figure out a way that you can still get the deals and not pay. So let's say you check out in the first hour and then you see another deal that you want. I'm trying to figure out how to work the shipping thing so that your shipping is combined with your first order, so that you don't pay shipping every time that you order. So I've got to figure out how to do that. We're going to have free gifts. I've got to get that set up. we're going to have BOGO specials. I've got to get that set up. And so I have to get everything set up so that all of it works together. And that's kind of where things get a little bit, they get a little bit crazy because everything has to work together and then still work and not have people mad at you, which is, that's the challenge. So I've got to figure out all this back end tech stuff. I'm just going to put like 2 of these together. I think that's kind of cute. And I think I'm going to run that one. And then this one we can do some string on, but I also wanted to do some words. Let me see what else I have here. So that's how we're going to go. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to go live pretty much the whole 6 hours. So, yeah, it's going to be, it might be a little old school chaos, but online. So you could be in your pajamas. You can grab your coffee and hang out with us. It's going to be a whole thing. Elizabeth says Pacific time is a beautiful thing when you live on the East Coast, right? Well, hello, Miss, is it Amika? Amikine? Tell me how big the stars are. Oh, these stars are from Hobby Lobby. They are, that's a really good question. They are 5 inches across, which makes sense because the inside's about 3 inches. So, all right, I'm going to take this Light of the World. This one is from, these transfers are the Light of the World transfer set. These are available on the website as of today if you are not a member, because members' orders have shipped. So they are available on the website now if you're liking this set and you're wondering, how do I get this set? The set that I used before was the Sacred Season Wreath Maker. Those are available on the set, but as I are on the site. But as I mentioned, we are running low on those. They are not going to. I would be shocked if they make it to Black Friday. So I would not wait for those, because we're selling too many of them per week, and I will not be ordering any more of them. So we don't even have time to order more. So for all of the holiday designs, what we have is what we have, and we won't be getting any more this season. I know people are already asking about the Names of Christ, and that one sold out. So I don't have that one anymore either. So this is just a good example that you can put the transfer on top of a transfer. Also, if you are worried about it, if it's a little tacky, which I probably should have done that on this one, we can take our Mod Podge. You can spray seal with acrylic, but you can also, if you have Mod Podge and you don't have spray, we can just use the Mod Podge to seal it. Ooh, I just touched my top of my glue gun, not good. So we'll just take a little bit of Mod Podge and you can just come over it and just lightly seal it if you're worried about it either staying or being tacky, or it shouldn't lift or anything, but sometimes people are worried about it lasting. And then I just go over the design and then I just kind of fade it out, especially since this surface is already finished. You can just kind of fade it out so that you don't have like a shiny and a not shiny part. I forgot that one when I was doing the other. Okay, so Christine says, are you saying you will be showing the items online as the item goes on sale? Yeah. We will be doing sneak peeks for the doorbusters, which is the first basically 2 hours, the hour that the members and the first access get, and the first hour. And then everything else will be like a flash sale. I do expect us to sell out of a bunch of stuff though, just because of the inventory counts of what we have. My husband, I know you guys have been waiting for mystery boxes. I will tell you, I'm going to go ahead and do this one too, even though I already have it attached. I'm just going to sneak under here with the Mod Podge. My husband's out there making mystery blanks bundles as well as mystery kits. Those will be in the first batch of deals, so the first doorbuster set. So those of you that have been waiting on mystery boxes and have those will be in the first doorbuster. So basically 5 doorbusters, free gifts with you know what, I can see this is, I have a shiny Mod Podge, so I am going to take the Mod Podge all the way. I just saw the light hit it and I was like, nope, that's not okay. If you have a gloss Mod Podge, you might need to take it all the way to the end. I forget which one this is because it's in a giant jug and I just refill as needed. But when the light hit it, I was like, nope, that's not going to work. So we'll just go hit the whole thing here. Also, this is my OCD perfectionism. If this isn't you, don't fall into my trap and just you do you. So part of the reason I haven't been able to share any sneak peeks or anything, like literally this all came about after I sent the email on, was it Friday? So I'd already sent that email out. That's why it looks so different than the stuff that you see now. And we're having to put all this together as we go in the same time period. We're doing all the normal stuff, like preparing for this live and all the things. So that's one reason I can't give you all the sneak peeks, because still working it all out. We also had to go to the storage unit and we had to see what we have there so we know what we can offer. We have to update all our accounts to make sure that when you go to buy something, it's actually in stock. So there's been a lot on our end that we've had to, that we have to set up. Okay, I am going to do, I'm calling this a belt. I think I'm going to do the belt around it first. So my thought was to just kind of wrap a couple loops. So to do that, I usually like to start it on the back so that we don't see it. So we'll just tack one end here. And don't burn your finger. Carmen wants to know, have you done a rub-on project on shiplap wood? I have. When we very first started, one of our project kits was a shiplap sign. And basically what you want to do, it works best if you have a full graphic like this. It's a little bit more challenging when you have words, unless you cut it so that the words aren't in where the shiplap lines are. But once you put the rub-on transfer down, you if the shiplap is wide enough, you can run your, like I've used a nail file, not this thick kind, but the thin nail file, you can run that in there. If it's not, then I would take your X-Acto knife. And again, you kind of have to like poke holes, because this, if you drag it, it could tear the vinyl. It's tricky, but so rewarding if you can get it to work. But yes, all that to say, yes, I have done that, and you can do it. All right, so we're gonna do the other tail. We're gonna end it right over here. Yeah, it looks really pretty. Does take just a little bit of patience, but totally doable. All right, just gonna put my little dab of glue there. I don't know why I took my little finger thing off, because I need it now. All right, so we've got the belt. This is how the back looks. Here's how the front looks. So there's 3 in the back, 2 in the front, because we had to tack it. All right, and then I am going to layer these. Again, these are Hobby Lobby too. These ones are not the best ones because the tops are all broken. Wah. Let's find ones that don't have broken. I should have looked better when I was grabbing these, because that wasn't the smartest. Oh, that noise is horrible. All right, here's two that don't have. Now these little pine cones, they are like bendable. Like you can make them go wherever you want. All right, I'm just gonna twist them a little bit here just so. And then I'm gonna wrap the jute around them. My wire cutters want to cut the wire, but they don't want to cut like the, what is this, floral tape? All right, I'm going to use the smaller jute for this part. So I am going to just lay it here, and I'm going to start wrapping up at the top. This would work better if my jute was on the other side. Here we go, we make it work. So this way you're just kind of camouflaging that green stem. Oh, here we can twist a Rooney, that works. You don't have to do it this long either. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Now you could probably do some kind of wrap and tuck thing. My brain doesn't have the capacity for that right now, so I'm just going to glue it. Again, make sure you don't burn yourself. All right, we can cut it. And we can cut this a little bit shorter as well. Let me add, I got one little tail here you can see popping up. We're just going to add a little more glue. This is the back, so it's all good. And then we can just cut the extra that we didn't wrap. All right, and again, these all bend, so you can just bend it however you want it. You could have tucked it under there as well, but I don't like how the rope was like kind of popping up if we tucked it. I'm going to set that there for a second and look at my bows to see what I have, because I do have some of these that I feel like will be good. So I think we're going to go with that. All right, we're going to glue the whole thing down here. Wow, it's jumping all over. I feel like it kind of looks like a little caterpillar-y. Like a little caterpillar. So we'll just hold that whole one down. Hey, Miss Judy. Oh, I was searching on my YouTube channel and couldn't find anything. It might be on one of the original tutorials. If you go onto our website under tutorials or use the search at the top, I think that says something about a palette sign and like how to make a faith-filled palette sign or something. I'm not sure. I think I can reply with links on YouTube, Carmen, but when I get off, I'll check. I know with the one that it was one of our fall transfers. It was the first year that I did the transfers. It was a fall transfer on the palette sign because we used to carry palette signs. I had a whole bunch of them. And then we finally ran out, I think like early last year. We had them in 2 colors. And that was one of the projects that I did with them. All right, I just glue my little bow right on there. And there is a second version. Again, that's just, I layered one transfer and then the other transfer on top of it. Now, I did see that the very first version I saw of this was actually decoupage. I'm going to take this month's napkin and let's do one decoupage. because I love this month's Parker Herald Angel Sing. So to do that, we're going to turn our iron on. We'll do the iron-on decoupage. I know I said I was just doing rub-on transfers, but oh, I forgot to do the beads. We'll add the beads. Before we add the beads, let's just put some Mod Podge on here so we'll get this one drying. Hey, Miss Cindy. So what we're going to do for the Mod Podge is we're just going to cover it. We're not going to paint it white or anything. I think there's enough going on with the napkin. We won't see the background. So we'll just cover the whole thing. Make sure you get all the edges of the star. And then we'll let this dry for a minute. And then we'll play with our beads because I forgot to put the beads on. All right, that's all you need. One thin coat of Mod Podge, let it dry, and then we'll be able to decoupage right on top of this. So we'll put that little guy up there. Okay, so let me, oh, I was like, where's my easy beater? So with this one, I feel like you're just going to put the bead on first and then stick the top through, and then you can pull it through. But yeah, that was my only concern when you put the beads on. See how the string, the bead could actually go down here? So I almost feel you need to tack that so that your bead doesn't slide further down than the star. So I need to get some of these stars. I believe I already have the transfers. My students and I are going to begin countdown to Christmas ornaments today. Oh, I love that. Yeah, they were so cheap. $2.49 was the full price, and you get 4 stars. Like, I don't know, you can't beat that. I don't know how many beads we can get on here before it's going to look ridiculous, but let's try 2. Probably should have done the red one first. Now this string is pretty short, like we don't have a whole lot to work with, but if you want to make it a little more fancy, you could add a couple beads. And then tell me that looks homemade. I mean, these are so cute. Same with this one. Maybe we just add 1. But again, you're going to put your bead on first. We'll use a red one on this one. Well, I might have to, do I have to do the string? I think you have to do the string on all of them because otherwise your bead's going to just slide down. We don't want that. When in doubt, glue it out. Low glue fixes everything. All right, put our bead on first. The beaders are back in stock. If you were one of the ones that were like, oh, I didn't get one. They are back in stock. I'm just going to add 1 on that one. So cute. All right, I stuck that one in my Mod Podge. Hey, babe. On the kitchen counter is that bag from Dollar Tree. Can you bring it? I forgot to bring it in here. I can use that stuff. I should remember how I told you guys about I got the frosty cranberries and the greenery at our, it's not our new Dollar Tree, but it's just new to us Dollar Tree. Like they took our Dollar Tree and moved it to like where, well, they moved it to where Joann's was is what they did. So they took up that whole space. And so they had these, and then they had these little cranberries, and I thought they were so cute. These little frosty cranberries, and then the little glittery ones. I feel like this is a good size project that we could use these on. These look big. We might use those, we might not. But they've been sitting on my kitchen counter because I keep forgetting to walk them in here. Notice says she loves these so much she's gonna have to make a Hobby Lobby run. Oh, I know. Tell him I sent you, girl. Tell him I sent you. Seriously, after I might have to make another Hobby Lobby run myself. I will tell you, this was a Pinterest inspiration. I saw some of these star ornaments. They were just star ornaments on Pinterest, and I was like, wait, didn't I get some stars at Hobby Lobby? And I went and checked my stash, and lo and behold, yes, I did. So I was like, oh, I could do those with these. They're so fun. I liked them because the front was already like finished, and I could just put the transfers right over the top. Anything that makes it easier, right? So we're just separating so we only get the one ply of napkin. You can tell you have the one ply when you have a bunch of ink left on the other page. We're going to be using the iron-on method. So with that, I'm going to push it up so we're not going to get the title of the song. I know some of you are going to be like, but it's okay. You do you. But the reason being is because I can't get it. If I drop it down here so the title fits, which you can do, you just got to figure out something to do up there. And I just don't feel like dealing with that. So I'm going to do the easy way and just push the design all the way up. And our napkin design, the inside of it is 5.5 inches. So you definitely have enough napkin to cover the whole thing. Sorry, I keep getting you like pushed off to the side there. It's because my beans are in the way, or my beads. All right, so we just need our parchment paper. The Mod Podge is dry. So I'm just going to take the parchment paper, lay it over it, and we're just going to iron it on there. And then we can use our sander to cut off all the excess. All right, just make sure you get to the edges. The one I saw on Pinterest actually had a hem on it. So, and then again, a lot of things this month is pine cones and greenery. So I'm just kind of making sure I've got all the points. And then to make it easy when we sand, you can either rough cut it or you can come in and just clip into where the corners are of the point. And that's going to allow you to be able to get your sander in there without it trying to rip on you. Because our sander's a little chunky. So now you can just go in there, and again, we're not using a ton of pressure, we're just using enough to break the paper. This one I don't think I'll put any greenery on it, so I'll show you like without. And I have a thicker don't go crazy on it. I got a little aggressive with the sander. Light sanding, because this is MDF. So I'm going to go back and look at that section real quick to see what the heck I did. I don't know if I sanded it too hard or if I actually just didn't sand it off. Oh, it's some glue. It's a little bit of glue from whatever this top is. So cute already. Now I have a little bit thicker ribbon. That could work. Like, what else do I got in here? I don't have a ton of like, we used a lot of the extra ribbons I had because that one kit keeps selling out. The angel kit, you members are like buying us out. That'd be a cute little belt. Just going to see. Oh, that's the same thing. Let me get one that's like not competing, but I kind of wanted to keep it natural because I want to put another natural bow. What do I have over here? I also have these. I swear, like every live, I like tear apart my craft room. I'm like, all right, I got this, I got that, I got, like that one's a little bit more natural, but it doesn't stand out much. Oh, I have some leather. I don't think I've ever used this. Can you tie a bow with this? Has anyone ever used this leather? Okay, I gotta take this off because my fingers aren't working. Not easily. This is like that leather. It's literally leather. I think it's for jewelry. Lisa says she found the little trees yesterday. All right, well, yes, you can, but it's a little bit too much work for me. So maybe another day on that one. I've got Christmas tree. That one could be fun. I feel like we need a scrappy bow. All right. Hold, please. I've got stuff set everywhere. If anything falls, it's okay. Don't panic. All right, grabbing another. Ooh, this would be a good. That one's a good one. Watch, that'll be the only one of that one I have. There's our printed one. Remember when we printed? I saved the scraps. Oh, I've got this one. I think we can make those two work together. All right. All right, I've got enough of the littles. All right, don't get scared, Christine. We're gonna make a scrappy bow. I can hear already. No! I feel like I'm gonna use this thick one and then I'm gonna make a bow on this one. So just give us another way to do it. All right, so this one, I'm just gonna butt up both ends here on the back. So we'll just want to cut it pretty close. Do it this way so you can see. So we're going to make the belt first. And then we'll make a little scrappy bow to go on it. And we could have done the bow at the top too, but that's okay. We'll take a look and see. All right, so I just kind of cut it to where it ends. It matches. Add some more glue. And if we cut it clean enough, it'll kind of just look like it was never there. Look at that. Hey. All right, and then we just adjust it on the front. And then let's do a little scrappy bow. So we're going to cut our fabrics first. We've got these different patterns here. It looks like I was cutting it on this angle, so I will try that. We're just going to cut and just rip. These are smaller pieces, so it might give us a little trouble, but that's okay. And this is again why I keep all of my scraps, because you never know when you're going to have another project where you're like, dang it, I need these colors. All right, I'm hoping it's this direction. Let's see. So with this scrappy bow, you're just cutting and then just ripping. Oh, Monica says, use ribbons to make a star in the star by wrapping the ribbon around the points. That sounds amazing. I don't know if I'm like that. I don't know if I'm that talented, Monica. Lisa said yesterday was a great day. She got to see her grandson, who's been at military school a month, and he's missed him. Oh, I'm so happy that you got to see him. I remember those days. My brother is a vet, which is so crazy to say because he's like my baby brother, and I swear I still see him like a 12-year-old, even though he's like 30. But I remember those days of him going to basic and, you know, just being so excited to be able to see him or hear from him. So I'm very happy for you. Okay, we're going to take our jute that we're going to tie it with. And for this part, we're just going to make X's. So I'm going to put that kind of tricolored one in the back. And this may be a little bit too big to start, and it's fine. We can trim it down after we get all of the layers on here. Actually, I'm going to bury this one in the middle. So you just make X's. And then we're going to use our jute to tie it. And then I'm going to flip it over because I stacked it the way I wanted to see the colors. So if I double tie this in the front, you're going to see it. All right, double knot it. We'll cut off the ends. I could have put some raffia in that. That would have added a little. Okay, so right now it's kind of ginormous. I don't think we need one this big. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down. So I'm just going to take these ends and I'm just going to start snipping them down. And then don't worry, because we can get all the little scrappy parts back. Oops, I'm doing it where you can't see. That's not very helpful. Scissors, don't fail me now. All right, so just give it a little haircut. Don't worry, you can't really mess this up unless you go like way too short. Okay, so we've got it cut down, but then we lost like a bunch of our scrappiness. So we're just going to come back through and just take your fingernails and just start picking off the strands. And that's how you're going to get your scrappiness back. So don't ever panic if you have to cut them. I kind of see what Monica's saying. I will show you. Oh, my son just came in, so a wasp is chasing him. Christine says, sure, just make an X. Girl, it's practice. It's practice. All right, we'll kind of get them out of the way. If you got one that's too squirrely, just give it a little haircut. And then just kind of mess it up. Like we want it to look like it kind of got hit by a car. Like that's the goal. All right, so I feel like we can, obviously I'm kind of hinting to the right, like putting everything on the right. I don't know. I just go to the left. I think what Moni is talking about is another option. But Monica's saying that you could do. You could also like wrap these points, like with either ribbon or jute. Like you could do something like that as well. That's probably going to stress me out, so I'm not going to. Today's not the day for that for me, but that's a super cute idea. I love it. All right, let's find our bow butt. Find the butt of your bow, and then we're going to glue it down. And again, I'm just going to put her right here on the side. I'll put my X kind of at an angle. And I'm just going to leave that one like that. The only other thing I could maybe put on it is I do have some jingle bells over here. But I don't know. I mean, I have this one. Would that hang up the top? Oh, let's see if we can do it. Let's see. Oh, I can't put that on the beater because that's not going to work. Let's see if we can get it through this hole. Oh, thank you, baby Jesus. Okay. Kind of loving that. Again, we got to glue our I keep forgetting. Glue down your little rope tails, because otherwise it's just going to give you issues. Put a bell on it. Right? All right, so it's going to hang like a little higher. So if you're okay with it hanging like that. This is kind of an odd bell. I wonder if I'm almost wondering if I can bend it without breaking it. Oops, I told you something was gonna fall. Let's see. Last time I tried to do this with the hoops, it like gave me the biggest issues. But let's just see. This is just some jewelry. Oh yeah, see, even bending it that little bit is helping. All right, be gentle with it, but now it has like the little jingly bell. Okay, that's so cute. All right, what do we have left? Let's do another. I had these berries I could have put in there too. Let's do another with the transfers, and I'll try and do the berries. All right, so if you joined us late, we've got a decoupage one here. We did this one with the Light of the World transfers. That's 2 different transfers stacked on top of each other. And then we did one with the Ornament Maker round ones there. So we're going to do another Ornament Maker one because I've got one more left. Hey, Liz. You just got on. I'm dropping stuff right and left. You're just in time. Just in time for me. Keep losing my mind over here. I'm trying to keep organized and it's just not working. All right, so this is our last little star. Again, these are 5-inch MDF stars from Hobby Lobby. Let's go ahead and glue the little thing down now while we're thinking about it. And they're $2.49 for the 4-pack. That's before like whatever sale they have going on. So totally worth it. They may have had other shapes too. I don't know. I just was attracted to the stars. But with this size, our Ornament Maker ones fit on there very easily. I feel like this is a good opportunity to use this bow and this one. And then I'm going to try and do the Frosty Berries, I think. All right, so we're going to rough cut out our transfer and our bow. I think I'm actually going to put the bow at the bottom. So we will have to cut them separately. And then we'll just put these little guys back in my tray. My glue strings are fighting with me. All right, my finger's sweating, so we'll take that off. He doesn't like it when everybody moves around. All right, so we're going to put it on there like so. So again, rub it down really well. And then we will pick a side here to see if it's releasing. And then just rub and pull at the same time. Now this particular transfer has a lot of little stuff, like all of these little berries are their own transfer. So we do have to be a little bit patient. And again, those of you that jumped on late, these Ornament Maker ones, we are in our last 2 cases of these. I do not think they will make Black Friday. Do not wait if you want them. With the rollback pricing, they are just flying right now. All right, so right here, I just lost like my little eye, a little dot to my eye. So just pay attention as you're lifting it up that you or seeing everything's sticking down. If it's still on the top plastic sheet, it's not ready yet. All right, there's that. All right, and then we can put the bow at the, we can kind of add it. I feel like that's a good spot right there. I don't want to cover up, I'm going to try and not cover up the wording. So I'm just going to try and angle it so that it's around the heart, the word heart, but it's like kind of still on the star. Well, okay, that one just popped off like that. Did you see that? I've got the tiniest bit little here that will stand off of that transfer that was behind it. Let's cover it with a little bit of Mod Podge. We'll remember to seal it this time before we go on to the next thing. And again, we're just going to do a light coat of Mod Podge just to seal everything. This will make it so that there's no sticky. It will protect your design. You can also spray seal with an acrylic spray, which is what I typically do when I make a bunch together. I will just spray seal them. For the lives, it's easier for me just to do the Mod Podge because otherwise I'm going to have to go outside and there's just no way to take you with me and all the things. So and if your Mod Podge is a matte, you might not have to go over the whole thing. Mine is a little bit, I think this is a semi-gloss. And when I just did a partial over the design, you could see it. So I am just going to drag it over the whole ornament. Again, just a thick layer, or just a thin layer. You know me, I'm always trying to do a thick layer. Okay, now we can do our bow. Bye, Meg. Miss Meg is leaving for the day. All right, these again are from Dollar Tree. They were not $1. I don't remember how much they were. Does it say on there? They were not $1, but they were reasonably priced. All right, so I've got these little guys and I've got these little guys. So I feel like, oh, that one has a little chingalera in it. Let's turn it around. Hide the imperfections. I feel like those could be cute together. And then I also got these greenery sticks. They're supposed to have snow on them. They're kind of a weird, I mean, like this is a weird shape type deal, but I feel like we can make our own pick here. For those of you that are like, where did you get those picks? I don't have the picks. I feel like we can just make our own. So I'm gonna cut this guy right off here. And then I think we can just wrap all of this together. And again, we can pull these down a little bit so they're not right on top of each other. And then once we have it all down, we can like reposition everything how we like it. But I feel like this is a good look. We'll save this little guy. We might use it for something. Well, no. I'm almost wondering, I don't know how you would glue it down. I have an idea, hold please. I'm almost wondering, it's not the same red, but it's a different red, but well, I could use the white. See where I'm going with this? All right. The problem is, let me get my little, I just need something more to hold on to this so I can squish it up. All right, I've got the right idea. I just need to get rid of a little bit of this pine. So we're gonna give the pine a haircut. Again, this is just me on the fly, guys. I was just like, it would be cute if everything just nicely fit into the, all right, so we just give it a little haircut. All right, let's grab it all again. But I feel like we're going somewhere with this. Oh yeah, this is totally happening. It's happening. Now, these are jammed in there pretty good. I don't think anything's coming out, so I feel like we can go ahead and clip this bottom. And if you're worried about it, you can glue it, but basically this is what we're left with. My red is, I'm going to shove the red down a little bit because it got pushed up high. All right, so we'll just clip that tail. I officially have a mess, but so cute. All right, so we did get to use the big beads after all. And then we can glue the whole little thing right here. Now, maybe you would put the red closer and the white further away, however you want to do it. This was just kind of on the fly. And I'm going to actually use the quick stick glue. Because I think that because this bead is painted, it is not going to want to adhere as easily as I would like it. So again, we're just going to want to make sure that we get it pushed over to the side that we want. And we'll just hold it down there. Now this one is going to need to set. I don't know how long it's supposed to. It gives you a little bit of time to move, but like not a whole lot. I probably could have used the hot glue with it as well. Hi, Christine. Oh, you just brought the mat and can't wait to get it? Oh, it's the best. We're almost out of the mat too. My husband just bought the last, he brought the last case from the storage unit this morning, which a case only holds, I think, 50. So we have less than 100 of these big pink mats left. So if you like the larger size, this will be it for this one. And then we'll retire this one because we've had it. Usually we bring in a verse and then we launch it to you guys and then we retire it. And then we look at bringing in a new verse. And then we actually did the smaller size this last year. So that's why we have the teal one. But yeah, we're in our last little bit of this pink one. They've been flying for Christmas presents. All right, I think that, I don't know how fast this fast glue is, but it's not fast enough for me. So I'm going to put a little, I'm going to do a combo. So we've got hot glue and the fast glue. And if you get it where you don't want it, I just kind of scrape it out while it's still soft. There we go. I just don't want to pick it up and then it falls off because that's not a good look when you're on a live. All right, here's our last little one there. So cute. Let me pull out this camera and I'll go back through the ones that we made. So again, these are the stars. They're $2.49 for a 4-pack at Hobby Lobby. That's before like whatever sale they have going on. So if you can score them there. They also, as I mentioned, may have had other designs. I just liked the star. So this one we did with the Ornament Maker rub-on transfer. We added the bow, and then we added this little embellishment. Again, these 3 pieces are all from Dollar Tree. And then I just used a 20 millimeter bead and I jammed them all in there. And then we did a decoupage version. So this is for all you rustic lovers. This was the Christmas tree bell that we had that came in one of the bonus kits. If you didn't use it on your little spoon for members, that's where that came from. I just had some left over. We just did a messy bow on this one. The napkin is the Hark the Herald Angels Sing from this month's membership kit. It is not available to the public right now, but will be in the next, it will be by Black Friday. We'll have it loaded in there. But for right now, it's just only members have access to this one. But you can use any hymns. We have a ton of hymns on the sites. So don't feel like you can't do it just because you don't have that hymn. Let me move it this way. Then the second one we did is the Light of the World one. Again, these I got from Hobby Lobby as well. Again, you get a whole bunch in a bag. Like, it's a whole bundle of them in a bag. Super cheap from Hobby Lobby. The beads are from Hobby Lobby as well. And then we used the Light of the World 2 transfers. We did the candles, and then we did the Light of the World wording over the top, and just have some jute and a natural bow. These are the beads from Hobby Lobby that are on a string. It's actually a garland. It's the most inexpensive way to buy beads this season, is to get them on these garlands. If you haven't seen before, I'll just show for the new people. They come in these garlands like this. So $4.99 full price. Again, get it. They're in the holiday stuff. I just cut off like a bunch and I put them in my little bucket. But like, I'll never have to paint beads for like the next probably 20 years. So whenever they have painted beads like that in the garlands, snag them up because it's cheaper than buying beads. It's cheaper to buy them in the garlands from Hobby Lobby than it is to buy the bag of beads. And then again, you don't have to paint them. And then this first one we did, this is with the Ornament Maker rub-on transfer. And then these are just some floral picks that I have from the kit last month. I think it was last month's kit. So I just had some extras. I used that. Try Walmart. I haven't had the best look at Hobby Lobby for small picks this year. So we bought these in bulk from our manufacturer, but that's where I got those little ones. So those are the 4 ornaments that I made. Super inexpensive. Probably already have most of the supplies. You just need the blanks. But even if you don't have access to Hobby Lobby, I know you can order online, but any craft store that you have that you can get inexpensive blanks. This is just a great way to repurpose them. Super cute. Give as gifts, give to your neighbors, resell. I think these would be super cute for resellers. I would totally buy one if I saw it. So adorable. So again, that's just another way to use your Christmas transfers. So I will be going live next week. I changed my project. I would tell you what I was going to do, but I had to change my project. So I cannot tell you what I'm going to do next week yet. But we'll be back with another fun Christmas project that we'll do together. In the meantime, if you're not a member, get signed up for the Black Friday Revival Early Access. The deals that we have are, we've never ran deals like this. It's going to be amazing. However, if there's something that you want, that you need for Christmas, don't wait till Black Friday, because we're running out of a lot of the popular Christmas ones, like the wreath, the hymnal Christmas one. I don't think those are making it till Black Friday. The Advent, those types of things. So snag those. But the way that it's going to work is it opens to the public from 7 to 12. It's 5 hours. And at 6 o'clock, the members are going to get access. So they're going to get access a full hour before everyone else, because they're members. They get first access off of anything that we do. So they'll have a full hour before. The Black Friday Revival First Access list, which you can sign up right here through this QR code. That means you will get second access. So at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, we will send you all the link. You will have access to shop. And then at 7 o'clock, the email will go out to everybody else and the public, and the ads will start and all that, and then they will get access. We will have a free gift and it's not the normal free gift. It's a super cute free gift I'm really excited about. I will show you as we start promoting, we'll start telling. There'll be so many orders. First orders will get the free gift. We're going to have doorbusters every hour. well, there'll be new deals. So the first one I did share earlier. So the first one is we will have the mystery boxes that everyone's waiting for. We will have the mystery blank bundles. Those will be part of the first doorbuster that goes out. And then at 8, let's see. So 7, it opens at 8 o'clock. We'll have a new doorbuster. At 9 o'clock, we'll have a new doorbuster. At 10 o'clock, we'll have a new doorbuster. At 11 o'clock, we'll have a new doorbuster. And then everything closes and it's all gone at 12 Pacific time. Pacific, Nona. Yeah, so set your alarms now. And those of you that have been asking, Black Friday is the 28th, not the 21st. It's the 28th. So you have a couple weeks and it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to be live the entire time to answer questions, to help out. I'm sure Camille will be popping on. You'll probably see me having to do all this stuff on the website where I've got to switch it out and switch it in and switch it out and switch it in and all the things. But we'll have a good time. You can shop in your jammies. We're bringing back the old school Black Friday. It's going to be a little bit of chaos, but a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of faith. So I hope you are excited about it. Share with your friends if you have, other crafters that you know that would love. You're more than welcome to share. You can share the link to get signed up or not even, and you can tell them it opens at 7 and you can shop first. I'm not judging. However you want to do it, you can do it any way you want. But I'm excited for it. We're still putting together all the things on the back end. One of the biggest challenges that we're working on right now is making sure that as you order, you're just paying the shipping the one time. So I've got to figure out that piece so that as you order more, you can still get the deals and the deal code still works. So I've just got to figure out that part, but we're still building it out on the back end. We will have more teasers coming. You will know the doorbuster prizes or prize here very shortly. Again, as we get closer, we're going to have more stuff coming out. But right now, I just want everyone saving the date because we have not done a Black Friday like this before. If you've been with us for the last couple of years, we usually do like a better than Black Friday sale. And then we usually do mystery boxes and then we do Black Friday. None of that is happening. It's all on Black Friday and that's it. It's 6 a.m. for members, 6:30 early access, 7 o'clock public. By noon, we're done. I'm probably taking a nap at that point. So I don't want you to think that something is coming before that because it's not this year. We wanted to bring back the traditional fun Black Friday. I know we can't have you line up outside my house, but we can have you, getting excited online and doing it together and having the whole live experience where we'll be together, but not together. It'll be crazy fun. So bear with me as we get it all set up on our end. And thank you for everyone that's excited about it because I was excited about it and then I saw you guys getting excited about it. So now I'm like really excited about it. So thank you for being you. You're all the best. But as I keep working on that, I'm going to let you all go and I will be back next Tuesday for another fun, probably Christmas project. I'm going to have to go through what I have because I need to keep crafting with this stuff. I got to make room for my next Hobby Lobby trip for sure. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, you're welcome, Cindy. Until next time, happy crafting.